With all the recent news about Donald Trump and the FBI seizing property from Donald Trump's house, we started this series talking about the Fourth Amendment and how the Fourth Amendment applies to individual people. I'm attorney Stuart Sandweiss, director of the Legal Education Center, and today I want to talk about the next component of the Fourth Amendment. We first talked about what it is, how it applies, the history. We talked about the fact that it applies to the federal government and the state government through the incorporation doctrine. And yesterday we talked about that it applies to persons. The next category is houses. It says the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects. So the question is then, what is a house and what is protected by the Fourth Amendment protection against illegal searches and seizures on houses? Now, the Supreme Court has said that the Fourth Amendment gives a home the highest level of protection from the government. You know, it's people have privacy interests. People want to be secure in their house. They want to have things private. They don't want to have the government intruding on their house. And this was, again, I guess, an issue that's going to come up when Donald Trump challenges the search warrant or whatever it is. But under the common law, a man's home, a woman's home is their castle. A person's home is their castle. They have the right to have privacy, and they have the right to avoid government intrusion. And that's what when the framers founded when they passed the Bill of Rights back in 1791 is they talked about they wanted to have the utmost privacy. Again, at the time, it was right after American independence from England. And England, the King George was, he was the king. He was sovereign. He was able to do whatever he wanted to. Well, in America, we have protection from the government, and a house is afforded the most protection. So if I use this example all the time, if the police come knocking on your door and say, "Hi, can we come in?" a person's answer should be, "No, you can't come in." Because if the police come in and they see something, they see some illegal substances, drugs, or whatever it is, and anybody, doesn't have to be the person, but anybody living there gave consent to the police, that's an exception, and the Fourth Amendment doesn't apply. And you don't really have to do that. So if the police come knocking at your door, they're not coming just to say, "Hi, let's sit down and have a drink together." They're coming for a reason. And your answer should be no, because you want to be secure in your houses and you want to prevent the police, the government, anybody from the government. Even if, for example, and I've had this a number of times where I've got clients with rental properties. They, some of the cities have this ordinance where you have to have the city search your property, inspect your property in order to get a certificate of compliance or a rental registration certificate. Cities have different words for these that they use, and they use it. It's really a way for the city to make money. And basically under the Fourth Amendment and all the cases that have come out say that the local governments do not have the right to just go into somebody's house and search or seize property without getting a warrant and without probable cause that a crime was committed. So unless you just want the government to come into your house for no reason, if the government wants to come in or they tell you, "Hey, we have to search your house or we have to inspect your house," your answer should be no. You got any questions about how the Fourth Amendment works and how it applies to houses? Please feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email, and I will get back to you. And otherwise, we'll see you on the next video when we talk about the further application of houses and what's included in a house.